Good morning, high school. It is Monday, October 11th. Today we are halfway through the middle block of our semester, so we're halfway through until Christmas. After dancing in our empty halls last week, today I am back at home in our Lego room. You've seen some of our Legos before, but my family likes Legos. My family really likes Legos. We have heaps of them for years. Every birthday, every Christmas, that's all my boys asked for was more and more Lego sets. And actually, a bunch of the Legos that we have in our house now are mine from when I was in high school. And about 5 years ago, we finally packed up an empty suitcase and brought over an entire suitcase plus full of Legos that I had from when I was a kid. So we've got decades worth of Legos in our house right now. There are different types of Lego people who get Legos. Some people will get the Lego set, build the Lego set as the instructions tell them to, and then they put that Lego completed set up on their shelf and never break it again. Some people will get a Lego set and dump it out and never even make what the instructions say. Our family kind of falls in the middle. When we get a new Lego set, it is interesting, it's exciting, and we will make the Lego set following the instructions at least once. But then usually we play with it for a little bit, and then we take it apart piece by piece. It ends up in our Lego bins, and we use those parts to make other things the next week. So most of our Lego building is just taking the parts that we have, coming up with a plan, and building something for which we don't have instructions. And sometimes we do that by looking at pictures online or getting ideas from other magazines or books or something, and then trying to build something that we've seen somewhere else. Sometimes that can be frustrating because we'll get to a certain point and realize that we need a piece, a specific piece, to make the thing that we want to make, and we might not have the little green seaweed piece that we need or the little chomper clippers that we need to make an undersea vehicle at the time. And that can be frustrating, especially when my boys were younger and they always wanted to have the pieces to make the thing that was in their head. Not having those pieces at that time, caused them distress. But the cool thing about Legos is that you can always do something. I've got 6 red bricks here, 2x4 bricks of the kind of stereotypical Lego kind. And I can start putting them together in a bunch of different ways. I can stack them and connect them differently. I can line them up differently. I can move them in different positions and switch them top to bottom and do all sorts of different things. And trying out a few things got me wondering, how many different ways are there to do this? And it turns out math people have figured this out. So I can go and do a quick Google search. $915 million different ways. These 6 2x4 Lego bricks that I've got hundreds of in my house, just these 6, I can put them together in 915 million different ways. Bonkers. But the thing that reminded me of is that no matter how few pieces you have, those pieces can be used together in so many different ways that you can always make something cool. Even if the picture you had in your head isn't something you can make with those specific pieces, you can always make something that's interesting and exciting. And these videos need morals, right? So here's where the moral comes in. Because I'm guessing that, like me, many of you wish you'd been handed a different set of pieces this year. You wish you had different options. You were picturing this year a year ago thinking, this is what I want that to look like. And then this year comes along and you're like, all I got was a set of standard 2x4 bricks. I want the special pieces. I want the things that I can do something better with. I want to build a spaceship. But like the 915 million different possible ways that you can put those 6 2x4 bricks together, you have a lot of possibilities for what you can do with this year. You're not stuck doing something boring and meaningless. If you think creatively for a little bit, you can figure out new ways to put your pieces together to make something you hadn't thought about. 6 months ago or a year ago, to make something that you think, this is cool, this is new. More than a year ago, I challenged you to use this quarantine time productively and effectively. Instead of it being something that's disadvantaging you for your future, to turn it into something that you could put on your resume and talk about how you did something productive with a limited ability, limited circumstances, and amount of time. And sure, given the option, instead of having a standard 2x4 Lego brick, I would much prefer to have the cool little rotating 6-shooter cannon that comes with some Star Wars sets. I'll build what I have. I'll take the Legos that are in front of me and make the best thing that I can out of them. So here's one more encouragement to use your time well. It would be awesome when we finally all get back together again to be able to swap stories of the interesting things that we did with the time that we had, the new things that we learned, the new things that we built or baked or cooked or constructed or did while we were in quarantine and not able to be on campus, the ways that we used the extra time that we have now to do something new. Use this opportunity, build something creative and cool, and tell me about it. I'd love to hear about it. So from me, and Harry Potter, Batman in overalls, and Frankenstein's monster in a rock band. Stay safe, stay sane.